What's up, my dude?
What up? What
In a
up?
while. Second show of the year. We've been busy. We have been busy. So I'm your host, K Russ. This is my partner,
OJ.
and we're just gonna talk about it. Sports news, whatever's interesting in the atmosphere. We're just gonna go at it. So when last we had a show, we were invading Venezuela. That's how long ago it was. It hasn't been that long, but now we are contemplating invading Iran. Okay. So after quote unquote obliterating Iran's nuclear program, apparently they were weeks away from having a nuclear bomb. The Trump administration has, in cooperation with Israel, has decimated their air defenses. We now have total air dominance in Iran. We are systematically killing generals. We've decapitated their leadership, and they have responded by blowing everybody up. they've they've attacked the UAE in general, and they are closing the Straits of Hormuz. So as it stands, I'm gonna skip topics a little bit here, jump around to the so we don't know why we are at war. Um, it was initially stated that there was an imminent attack on the United States, and that in order to quell it, we had to take action first. That was the same reason we gave the last three times we attacked Iran, and I'm starting to get the feeling that if I keep attacking my neighbor because I think he's dangerous, maybe I am the problem. What do you think?
I think you're 100% correct. So I'm trying to put these lights on because I can't find my remote. There we go.
So,
So, we all know why we're attacking Iran. Benny has been trying to get us to attack Iran.
Benny, as in Netanyahu.
Benny Netanyahu. Yeah, I call him Benny, y'all. My bad. He's been trying to have us hit Israel since like the 90s. I think since Clinton. It's been nuts.
And every U.S. president has said no.
And everyone has said no. Like everyone has said no. And the reason everyone has said no is because they remember Iraq. They remember, you know what I'm saying, the Gulf. They remember Saudi. And they all said that Iran has the most difficult terrain and
never get involved with a land war in Asia, right?
Never. And the issues that you would have there would be tremendous. And since those wars and those things there, Iran has done nothing but refortified all their stuff there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? All the hidden areas and all that stuff that's going on, like they're good. And the thing is, you're talking about boots on ground, okay?
Yes.
We are currently bombing them.
Was it the 24th or 26th MU? One of them is on their way right now. The LHA.
That's what 2,500.
The LHA Tripoli. That's the only LHA. That's the Marine carrier. It's the only one that doesn't have landing capabilities. It has they use helos go in, and there are some islands in the Strait of Hormuz that are controlled by Iran. They took them, a couple of decades ago, and we've been bombing those islands, but they're still able to blow up ships. So it might be a feint. They might be saying, "Hey, or they might be about to take those islands." I think our problem right now is we're telegraphing too many of our moves. The long buildups. The only reason I think they work right now is because people are like, they ain't gonna do that. It's like they wouldn't do that, and it works. But I don't know that strategy is gonna work for long. You know what I mean?
I I don't think we're winning this war at all.
We're not losing it.
Oh, 100% we are.
Well, here's the thing.
Because here you
Right?
got to realize this. You got to realize this.
Okay.
War is always money, right?
Yes. Yes.
Iran realized earlier, and I believe they got this idea from the Russians, to where it's not about how much I can destroy.
I hear you going.
How much can I make you spend on this?
Attrition.
Okay? Because I've now blocked off Hormuz, okay?
Okay.
That's a major cash flow, okay?
Mm-hmm. Make the world hurt.
I just gotta send $2,000 drones to stop you from doing anything there, because I already took down 2 big tankers.
And we got to send $1 million missile to intercept.
And for exactly.
So
and after all the bombing and all that stuff, they sent us a video to show us their stockpile of these drones.
we can't verify how old it is, though.
You're 100% correct, but you know what? Them drones ain't stopped coming yet.
They slowed, according to the United States, according to Israel, they have slowed down dramatically. But every day I see something in Israel on fire.
Exactly. Like I said, yeah, they slowed down. Slowed down from what? They already because here's the thing. They already know that they already know what they have to do now. It's strategic. I know now if I send 150 at you, you can only stop 100. I'm getting 50 through. I'm readjusting and realigning.
Well, to make your point, so just like in Iraq, right? We deaded Saddam quick, right? A couple months, he was out of there. And all that did was succeed in creating a power vacuum. So we traded Saddam Hussein, who was a dictator, who we didn't like. He was mean to his people. He killed Kurds and did stuff like that, used chemical weapons on his own people, and replaced him with ISIS. We handed over control. Donald Trump negotiated the turnover of Iraq to, was it to the Taliban? He gave it to the Taliban, right?
Taliban.
And that is a loss for everybody. Everybody loses. The people have lost. They've traded one dictator for another. We spent trillions of dollars in Iraq over 20 years, right? And then when you ask anybody who served, yourself included, myself included, why did we go to Iraq? The answer isn't for freedom. It's for oil, right? And that's the conclusion. We don't even know for sure. So the assertion is, and the reason why I wanted to skip down to Mr. Joe Kent, I don't know if you heard about this.
I did.
Joe Kent is a hardcore MAGA guy.
Yeah.
Hardcore. He supported Donald J. Trump. He voted for him 3 times, became a part of his cabinet. He deployed 11 times in support of our last conflict, right? Iraq, Afghanistan. I don't want to say he's a Green Beret, but I think he was a Green Beret. He did something special. He wasn't a standard grunt, right? And he bled red, white, and blue, right? And he resigned and stated the reason he resigned was we attacked Iran at the behest of Israel, right? Now, that being true, so assuming that's true,
okay,
right? I trust that guy more than I trust Donald Trump, and he's a MAGA guy. But assuming that's true, my question would be, how does everybody else in Donald Trump's cabinet read the same reports and not quit? It's like lack of integrity. Like, you know what I'm saying? I loved Obama. I liked Joe Biden, right? But there's my self-worth is worth more than a job that I can hold for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand how people who who consider themselves true patriots to America can have that insider information and not, just like the last time he was president, half his cabinet quit and the other half said he was a bad boss, and the rest went to
But
jail.
then we said that after he was already out, and they thought he wasn't going to get
Yes.
back in.
When they thought he wasn't gonna get back in, they let
Yeah.
it slip how they really felt. Fox News was trashing him, right? They had a lawsuit, and their text messages and emails came out, and you find out the people at Fox News truly did not like Donald Trump until until he started winning those primaries. And then all of a sudden, he's untouchable again. You know what I'm saying? I can't imagine it. And then the way they talk to him, oh, he's the greatest, he's the smartest, he's the most, steadfast. And I like, wow, like, whoa.
See, the issue with them doing that now and not doing that in the past is them doing that now. It's stamped. Like you can't go anywhere now. Once it's all over, like when this is all over and all the truth, because the truth always comes to light.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, what side of history was you on? And you're gonna be front and center.
Well, let me ask you this: buy or sell? Donald Trump impeached before the end of the year. I want you two things to consider. The primaries aren't in November.
Yeah.
But their slim majority just got slimmer because of resignations. I think they had a 2-seat majority, and now it's down to 1. And one of the guys, I can't remember, the black gentleman from Texas. I can't remember his name. There's only like 4 black Republicans, but the gentleman from Texas got no love in the last year and a half, and his seat, he lost his seat. So he has no reason to show up to work anymore. So they could do like the Clarence Thomas route, where they, pay for his school and buy him trinkets to keep his loyalty, or he could say, forget it, there's no reason to show up. Or the Democrats could buy his loyalty. Like, look, you stop showing up to these little votes we're having, and we'll take care of you, because obviously they're not going to.
Okay.
Moving on.
But I thought they had to get 218. It's not they got to get 218 like the presidency. They got to get 270.
What are you talking about?
What, to pass anything, to impeach?
Oh no. So one of them is 60 votes, and the other was like 200 and 218, right?
218, yeah.
Yeah. So, but the Senate is the 218 and the Congress is the 60, right?
Senate is the 60. Congress is the 218.
Okay. Well, either way, the majority is threading, and currently, Democrats are overperforming. Even when they lose, they're swinging districts by 30 points, and we didn't think that there is a possibility that the Democrats can have the majority before November, and they weren't counting on that. That's why, they were really depending on these gerrymandered districts and the Latinos, and the Latinos seem to have abandoned them. I guess they weren't with the treatment of the immigrants. So, well, we're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out. Why did no leaders come to open the straits?
So the Straits of Hormuz, we talked about before. The president, he asked the UN nations. He demanded that the UN nations contribute to keeping the straits open, because it is them. Their gas goes up too, right? I heard a speech today, and they believe that Donald Trump has committed war crimes. It was in the a Scottish guy in the Parliament. He stood up and he gave a riveting speech, and he swayed me when people speak with passion like that. But he was making the case that the Trump administration had committed war crimes, and that we lied about it when he said the video of a Tomahawk cruise missile hitting a school. I wouldn't say that raises to the level of a war crime because it seemed to be more of a mistake based on old intelligence than a deliberate attack on civilians. So I wouldn't say it was raised to a level of a war crime. But going back into the question, I don't think Europe wants anything to do with this this issue with the United States, Israel, and Iran.
That's not it. So, who's in NATO?
The Western European countries. We got Germany. We got I think Sweden. Sweden just joined, which is crazy because they've been
Switzerland this entire time.
Yeah, that's
you got to make a new term for Switzerland.
I'm Switzerland in this one. There are a couple of Middle Eastern countries, the majority of Europe. Ukraine wants to join. What's that?
Which one's in the Middle East?
I do not remember. Let me see. I have to Google that.
And yeah, while you Google that. So here's the thing. NATO just had to send troops to Greenland to stop you from doing what you're doing to Iran right now.
Okay, I'm mistaken. Middle Eastern, they cooperate with NATO. They do not take part in the NATO. So,
exactly.
So Jordan hosts it. Algeria, Egypt, Israel, Morocco, the Mediterranean, they all participate, but they do not. They are not part of NATO. So if attacked, it is not. We reserve the right to defend them.
And that is why NATO, when the only time NATO has been activated was for 9/11, when the U.S. was attacked.
Yeah.
We have not been attacked.
Well, I'm with you. I mean,
we are doing the attacking, if anything.
Yes. If they had presented their evidence of a preemptive attack and it was credible, I do believe that NATO would side and help us. But they did not offer any evidence. That's like the whole Joe Kent resignation. So he said it was because Israel requested it. And then initially, Trump had a snafu. He said, it's up to Benjamin Netanyahu. You know what I'm saying? He walked it back later.
We're not in control of this war.
It stops when who says?
When Iran says. And that's why we don't control it. Trump could literally say tomorrow, okay, we're done. We're backing away. We're no longer bombing. You think Iran's going to stop?
No. So the gentleman in charge of the son of the Ayatollah, he watched his father, his mother, and his sister be killed by United States forces. I don't think he's in a rush to end the hostilities. And this is what we're talking about, the power vacuum, right? We take out the head and hand it to a more motivated. So just like in Venezuela, right? The person who takes over has to be more rah-rah than the person who had it to begin with, or you're going to lose it, especially in a dictatorship, because the military generals can snatch your position at any time, right? when you have a democracy or true democracy or some type of republic, you have to ascend to command. People have to support you. You have to go to the people and you have to win their support. But in dictatorship, it could be handed down. It could be voted on by a small council. And they decided to hand it over to the Ayatollah son. And the reason why they gave it to the Ayatollah son, because they know he was going to want blood. He's not going to end hostilities.
So my whole thing is, I heard through the grapevine that Benny's dead.
He did a video.
And he acting like
he did a video at Starbucks yesterday.
And did you look at the video? He got the same jacket on he had on by the other beach.
I think Reuters verified it.
Reuters verified it?
Yeah.
I don't trust Reuters right now. but he ain't been at none of the other meetings, dog. I'm just saying, because they bombed his house. They bombed his house.
Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal. There are
no. But they bombed his house. Iran got to his house.
Oh yeah, of course they did. I mean, come on.
So that's what I'm saying. Like we not winning. Like Benny's house got bombed, dog.
By saying we're not winning, you're implying that we're losing. Is what I'm saying.
No, I'm not saying that we're losing. We're not winning, though.
I mean,
you ain't got to win to not lose.
But here's the thing, and it's more to your point than it is to mine. There are no goals. When is the war over? Right?
And that's why we not winning, dog.
If Trump said our goal, if Trump said our goal is to decimate their air defenses so that we can hand over control of the conflict to Israel, we could claim victory at any point. That is not what he said. He said when he feels it in his heart, it will be over. Right? So it's like he's not doing himself any favors. So here's the thing. I read today that Trump is more popular in his party than any president in the history of the United States. But his overall approval is the lowest in the history of the United States. That means independents, undecideds, and liberals hate his guts, but the people who put him in office love what he's doing, right? That's the definition of being polar. He's the most polarizing, statistically most polarizing, since we've been taking the data, statistically most polarizing president we've ever had, right? Okay. And they seem to support him no matter what he does, right? Mm-hmm. There's allegations of a 13-year-old saying that he raped her. There's the economy's not doing good. People who voted for him for the gas prices, they're looking at the gas is going up. I mean, there's a plethora of reasons. The farmers, right? There's a plethora of reasons to turn on him, and nobody will be mad at you.
The farmers are stupid because he screwed them over the first time.
Yes. But they got bailouts. And now they're considering the bailouts again.
Yeah, but the thing is, they got the bailouts, but the bailouts didn't bring nothing that they needed. It wasn't enough.
Man, the soybeans, dog. The soybeans. China, it was Argentina. Completely stole the market. They stole the market. So, 2/3 of all soybeans sold in China were from the United States. And then instead of, I'm not going to deal with the United States, they just went to Argentina. The entire market. You know what I mean?
And we gave them 40 billion. Well, not we.
Yeah.
Well, 7. Gave them 40 billion.
They say it's $98 billion a day for this war in Iran.
98 billion?
Yeah. And that's what they said. 98 billion a day.
Not billion.
It's a billion, right?
It's about $1 billion.
Let me see.
Probably like 900 million.
Let's not argue about it. Cost per day.
But like
Iran.
I said, like I'm not coming to the streets to help you out. To do what? You caused this.
You're right. 891.4. How'd I mess that up?
Million. Because you said billion. And I'm like, no, that's way too much.
Yeah.
He would definitely go. So, and that's what I'm saying. Like, just think, we spending almost $1 billion a day.
The first 100 hours was 3.7 billion. And it averages
That's why we're not winning.
891,000.
Like, so here's the thing, right?
Sorry, million.
We got a Chat GPT Secretary of Defense. You know why we bombed that school? you know why we bombed that school?
You think we did it on purpose?
No.
Oh, because you're talking about his qualifications.
I think 100%. You got people that's unqualified doing jobs, because what you're telling me is that no one did any recon. Before you go bombing places, you need to have recon done. That's what the CIA is for, right?
Yes.
Or no?
Yes.
So
and the fact that they didn't anticipate, well, they said they didn't anticipate Iran would shut down the Straits of Hormuz, and then he said later that he was told that they would do that, and that he went.
Iran always threatens to shut down the Strait of Hormuz. That's their main superpower that they have.
Yeah, and then you know what? The Houthis are in the same area. They can also piggyback on this because they're not friends of the United States.
No.
So if the Houthis start to help them, right? They're both in the same area. They could lock it down.
It's already locked down. Can't nobody go through. They already put mines out there.
Yes. So even if they stop today, right? The fact that they mined it, it's going to take us a week just to
clear the mine. Exactly. Yeah. That's why you're talking about some. Oh, you should just go ahead and go through. What happened when you did that?
Well, the insurance controls all that. You don't go through.
Yeah, I know that, but guess what? The insurance can't replace the oil that we need, though, dog.
Yeah.
But like he said, yeah, go ahead and go through. They need to go ahead and go. No, ain't nobody.
Nah, man. And what happened to the first person who did?
Exactly.
They got it.
Like, I knew they was gonna shut the strait off. The Cuba situation. Honestly, I feel so bad for the people of Cuba. Because they did nothing.
They've done nothing for 50 years. We've had sanctions on them for 50 years. We blockaded them 50 years. They were getting their oil from Venezuela, and it was Venezuela and Mexico. Then Trump got into it with Venezuela. He got into it with Mexico, and now they get nothing. But they were already having rolling blackouts. And this is the part that annoys me, right? Americans who aren't aware of what we're doing to Cuba say, you know what? They have bad leadership, right? They have bad leadership. And I'm not going to argue for a dictator, right? Again, Venezuela, dictator; Iran, dictator; Iraq, dictator; Cuba, dictator, right? But I'm not going to act, intellectually dishonest and say, you know what? They have bad leadership. Because the same way some of them, like Colombia, failed, and we went in there, destabilized them, then they failed. Who's to say if they weren't destabilized by our CIA, they would have failed, right? And it wasn't. It's not like it's just this decade or last decade. This goes back. When you look at cars in Cuba, the cars are from the 50s. The last time they were able to openly trade with the United States was the 50s. There are no 2024 cars in Cuba. You know what I'm saying? But in order to assist their failure, because they were on track to fail, we just cut off the tap. Cut off the tap. Now, I'm not a fan of the Cuban government. right? A lot of Cubans escape Cuba to come to America, the United States, and they don't speak highly of the situation. Maybe that's by design, or maybe it's the people who are dissident, whatever. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of Cubans who love. Yeah, plenty of Cubans who love what's going on in Cuba, but there are plenty who do not. Right?
But here's the thing, dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's everywhere.
That's everywhere. If Trump was to die today, right, there would be Americans who celebrate it, right?
And some that cry.
And some that cry.
Some of the tears might be of joy.
So there's always going to be people who march in the street for, and there's always going to be people who march in the street against.
100%.
So
that's why I don't believe in all these dictators are horrible, even though a lot of them are. I'm not saying they're not. But look who we got on office right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
He 34-time felon.
It seems like he wants to be a dictator.
What you mean? He said he wanted to.
Yeah, well, he admires a lot of dictators, and it's very weird.
He said, "Oh, if I get back in office, I'll only be dictator for a day, just day one, just day." Well, guess what? Day one turned into day one through whatever 4 years is. I love it. I love it.
Now, I don't know why this is just now going to trial in 2026.
What do you mean?
I feel like this happened 4 years ago, right?
What happened? His house raided?
His house was raided like 4 years ago.
Yes.
But
what happened was the cops sued him.
And dismissed his lawsuit because they, quote unquote, they get, what is the protection that police officers get? Preferred immunity or something like that. It's whenever you do something jacked up in the line of duty, and it's reasonably in the line of duty, quantified. They get quantified immunity.
Okay.
And because the raid on his house was signed, the warrant was signed, and they did everything by the book, even though it was misinformation, they are protected under the law. Right?
Okay.
So you would actually have to look at the judge who signed the warrant. Like, why would you sign this warrant? What evidence did they present to you? It's a whole big thing. Afro Man presented his lawsuit and it was dismissed. And now they're coming after him.
Well, because here's the thing. His lawsuit was only to get his stuff back.
Yeah.
Like they took money from him and stuff like that.
They took $500. Why? Look, that's crazy, man. You take $5,000, you give back $5,000. Where you document the taking of this $5,000, it was all documented.
And then they wanted to mess up the security system.
Give it back to him, and that's it. Like, nah, man, you count out my money.
So what happened was he didn't win. They canceled that out because of that qualified immunity that you spoke about, whatever. So he made diss tracks on them.
Yes, and he used a video from his house.
Yeah, that he had. That's his own video. Yeah. You can't say nothing about that.
So here's the thing: you can record in public, right? It's protected, right? You cannot record in private without permission, unless it shows shit.
But
if you break into my car and get recorded, I can put the video out.
But they knew he was recording.
And they tried to,
because they went to damage the record. So now you know you're being recorded. So it is what it is at this point in time.
One of the officers sued for loss of, he said he was publicly embarrassed and lost income. And he had to move. He moved counties, got a better job with another law enforcement. So his whole case is just moot, right? I can't sue you for loss of income if I got a better job and I'm making more money, right? Maybe I could say, well, the time it took me to move or whatever, right? The case is so ridiculous, but I love how he's handling it, right? He might be held liable. There's a world where he is held liable for defamation, right? If I say things about you that aren't true, right?
He never said nothing that wasn't true.
he's talking about one of the officer's sexuality, right? He's he's
But
making
what if he found out? See, here's the thing.
yeah. He's clowning, dog. Look,
Apparently,
he's clowning. Let's I'm on his side too. But
apparently he
let's
dug
be
up dirt.
honest.
No, apparently he got the facts on these people.
Oh yes, one of the officers he called a PDF file, right? He called him a PDF file, and then posted his brother, his what is it called when you go to jail and they take the picture, his rap sheet, because all that is public information.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing: the assertion he made, which would I would consider defamation, would be that the officer in question was a pedophile, right? The officer in question has not been found guilty of pedophilia, but the brother was. So you could say by what's the word when you put conflating the two situations, it could be like you ruin his reputation. Like I don't care what you say. If you're ever accused of abusing children, you can't be around my kids. That's what I'm saying. Oh, I was found innocent though. Okay, you stay over there, right? So if we're honest with ourselves, we know he's clowning. If we're honest with ourselves,
he's Afro Man,
right?
Yes.
So there are parts of the lawsuit what I think are justified, but the whole anything you do in my house while I'm not there on my security cameras is my information. I can share it with my fans. I can share it with my my family, my friends, whoever. And I understand it was a mistake, but it was a mistake on your part, not a mistake on my part.
J. Cole did.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, J. Cole, and my neighbors think I'm selling dope, right?
My neighbors think I'm selling dope.
Yeah, motherfucker, I am. But at the end of the day, he may have taken it too far. So he might be. You don't think so?
No, here's the thing, dog.
He talked about her sexuality.
Here's the thing.
Said her voice a little deep. Okay.
Here's the thing. And I'm going to always stand on this. All right?
Mm-hmm.
I will never judge a person by how they react.
Smart business.
Because whatever got done to them didn't have to get done to them. So like if somebody slap you and they be like, "Oh, Kenny, man, you can't get mad." You know what you mean? I'm the one that got slapped.
Yeah.
Don't tell me how to react right now.
I can't tell you how to feel. I can't tell you how to feel.
You can't, no matter what it is.
Yes. But we've both been in a situation where a guy reacts.
Yes.
Knocks the guy out.
100%.
Do sleep. How many times do you stand over the guy and be like, "Hey, that's enough"?
First of all, I'm not.
No. There's time. Look, he sleep. Let him go, OJ. Let him breathe. Right? And that's what I think he did. I think he was well within his rights.
Yeah.
To post whatever from his cameras, right? And they were 100% wrong. Number one, the raid was bogus, right? If their evidence was solid, they would have had something. It was a raid, right? Instead of apologizing and say, "Here's your stuff back," they kept it, right? Now, the standard throughout all of America is $10,000. If you have $9,999, they don't take it. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're not traveling with $10,000 or more, by rule. But you know what I'm saying? That's the general rule, right? But it was $5,000, right? And they wanted to make sure he didn't get that $5,000 from selling drugs. Once they found out, oh, he's a famous celebrity and $5,000 isn't that much for a person like this, and we found nothing, and the raid was on the wrong address or whatever, they should just gave it back, and they should have been sorry about it.
100%. But
they broke his gate, they kicked in his door, they found nothing, and instead of saying, "Our bad, here's your stuff back," they just kept it. and said, "Well, we'll see you in court." So, and then because of how like the whole warrant system, right, has to have repercussions, right? If you serve a warrant and the warrant is bogus, or the officers go to the wrong address, because the wrong address warrants turn up, that's where the dead bodies are. The same thing. What was the nurse who got shot in her bedroom? She was in her bedroom. Her boyfriend shot the police officer,
Breonna
and
Taylor?
yeah, Breonna Taylor was sleeping in her bed. They had a warrant for the arrest of her ex-boyfriend, right? And they went to the house where he hadn't been staying. They didn't even date anymore. She was on to the next boyfriend, right? And she was never accused of being the person, right? And then it was a knockless raid, which makes no sense, right? A knockless raid should be illegal in all states. You know what I'm saying? Unless you have credible threat that somebody is a threat to society, and then it should be the SWAT serving that, not the, you know what I'm saying?
If they're a threat, it should be the SWAT coming through.
Yeah, not
And
narcos.
SWAT's not coming through shooting like that.
Not through the window at somebody who's asleep. And you don't tell me you didn't know she was asleep, bro. You know what I mean? You see through the window. And if you don't, that could have been a child.
Why are you shooting through a window, though?
You don't shoot through windows. You don't shoot through walls. Nobody does that. I did that in the military. That's because fuck them, right? But we're in the United States, right? You know, collateral damage is not, you know. But anyways, we're getting on a tangent. He needs to be found innocent. They need to apologize and, you know, make it right. You know. So, question I want to ask you: is it Duke's year? I've been hearing the whispers. You know, I'm not plugged into college basketball like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I was on ESPN today, and Duke came up 3 times. I know you've been waiting. It's been a while. When was your last championship?
It wasn't that long ago. We got one with
You didn't get one with Zion, did you? Look, if you got to think that hard, it's a while ago.
Less than 10 years.
Oh, that's not that long ago.
Exactly.
Shoot. Who was the last? When was your last championship?
I want to say it was like 19.
We got to get the Schwab on here. Schwab, he remembers all the dates. D.
Yeah, but
it's hard to stop the Schwab. All right. Let me see when Afro Man trial. Oh, did you watch the Venezuela United States?
I saw the end of it.
Man,
yeah.
When they tied it up.
Oh, I lied. The last one was 2015.
Ooh.
11 years.
11 years. Well, you know, you're just outside the pocket. When they tied up the game, it was, I believe, in the eighth inning.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I felt because, you know, we've been on a roll. The women's hockey team, the men's hockey team, the USA women's soccer, right?
The Paralympic hockey team.
They won it too?
They beat Canada, believe it or not.
Well, we beating the hell out of Canada right now.
No, I said the same thing. I said, Joe, why is it always
for Canada? Because they're too nice.
Yo.
They're just too nice. You know what I mean? So,
but is it Duke's year? So here's my take on it. All right, one, we're in the hardest bracket, and
I sound like you're making excuses. Sound like you're making excuses.
I'm not making excuses. I'm just letting you know how I feel right now.
He said we in the hardest bracket.
We in the hardest bracket. But besides being in the hardest bracket, I just wanted to say that out loud. Before the season started, I was like, we could probably hit the Elite Eight. All right. When the season started, how we started, we was looking a little shaky. So I'm still saying Elite Eight, and then we hit our stride. I'm like, he got his rotation. Shy got his rotation down pat, how he wanted to do it. His subs was like, all right, yeah, we definitely a Final Four team with Michigan, Arizona, and who else was up? I forgot who the others was up there. But then I saw the fault in Michigan. I saw Michigan's flaw, and then we beat Michigan on a neutral court. All right, we you know what I'm saying. We lost to North Carolina, but that was just because that was one of the games that we had to lose to straighten and get our minds right and get up there. But after the Michigan win, I say, yeah, we can take this whole thing. We could, but we got 2 starters down.
All right.
2 starters down, and we're in the hardest bracket.
Oh, is that you guys a team with the guy who had the foot injury?
Yeah, 2 of them. Yeah. So I think our point guard is done for the year. We might get our big man back. So our point and our center.
So I'm hearing no.
On either one?
Is this Duke year's question? I don't know if I'm reading that right. Is this Duke's year? Si habla español.
I'm gonna always root for them.
But you ain't gonna bet on them this year.
If I had 1,000 to bet, I wouldn't put it on them just because of those injuries.
So where does your 1,000 go?
To the field. If you say Duke or the field.
But Arizona.
No. There is literally not one team that I would say can win this year. Duke, if we was fully healthy, I'd be like, put your money on Duke. Because I saw what they did to Michigan.
So like, your Duke is my Lakers right now.
Who's hurt with the Lakers?
I'm saying my Lakers. I think they're championship contenders this year.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if I put 1,000 on them.
Okay. I see why you said that. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right now they're in 3rd place, and they're playing Houston right now. Yeah, a game gonna be over in about 20 minutes. They're playing Houston right now. I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? I gotta put my phone down so I get no updates. But the way the Lakers are playing right now, I can see it.
Bron gotta know his role though.
Oh, he's been doing that.
Bron gotta realize he's number 3.
When was the last time you seen LeBron James dive on the floor, bro?
I love it. I sent it in the group chat.
Man.
Sent it in the group chat. And you was the one like, oh, he did it for nothing.
Man, I was watching the game, and I could. So it started with Ayton. Ayton was like, "I'm not a lob boy, whatever." And then Luka and his half. I don't mind Luka's bad defense, but it's the lack of effort that kills me.
That's his thing.
Lack of effort. But then something's changed because when Luka and LeBron are on the court, sometimes they just be like, I ain't gonna block that shot. You know what I'm saying? They just really force the offense. But since LeBron hasn't been putting all his energy towards the offensive end, he's doing high IQ stuff, right? And I don't think he's a bad defender. I think he's lazy. He's lazy or tired, or you know what I'm saying? He has put a lot on his back. Since he stopped shooting the ball, LeBron. Since he stopped controlling the ball so much, he's doing everything. Getting tough rebounds.
I love it.
He used to make me mad when he used to box out and not get the ball. Like, take 2 steps forward, bro. What you doing? Yeah, so the way that they're playing right now, I can see it, man. I could see
it. Hey, let's do it. Come through the crib. We'll watch some games. You already know.
Oh, we're gonna watch. I'm doing that March Madness at your crib.
That's what's up. You can sleep here too. Pause.
Anything for the subjects before we go on? Because we got the new outro we got to play.
That God's boss was on Capitol Hill today, and the Dems walked out on him.
Who's that? Capitol Hill walkout.
The head of the security, head of intelligence.
I haven't heard about that yet.
Why I can't remember her name right now.
Okay.
Probably
the Bondi.
Bondi.
Walk out of tense Epstein briefing. Oh man, look. There's a chance that this whole war was started because of Epstein, right? And it was this whole theory behind it being a distraction, yada yada yada.
They saying that he was a Israeli agent to get dirt on powerful people to have influence on keeping Israel safe. And look. And the bad thing is, I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
Pam's not going to jail for Trump.
But they've been saying, she ain't saying nothing. That's why they walked out. They've been saying this stuff for years. And now with the files out, everything is starting to tie in completely.
So she was just avoiding the questions, or what was she doing?
I don't know. I didn't watch it. I was busy today. Today was a rough day for me.
When Attorney General Pam Bondi, Deputy General Todd Blanche arrived, Capitol Windsor.
But it came across my phone.
Okay, I'm about to get into that. That sounds juicy. Juicy.
Plus, I got to get some stuff done. So, yeah, man.
I'll let you get back to it, man. It's another great show.
Play the outro. Let's do this.
Shoot. Hopefully, I can get it right the first time. Let me see. Let's see. Media assets. Outro. Do I just end it and then does it? Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna just try to end it and see if it automatically goes through. So, set outro. And then end, I think. Stay in the middle, stay in the studio until the outro video finishes playing.
Yeah, I gotta stay in the studio.
Or the broadcast. Okay.
Making me stay in the studio.
Cruise control down to 5, hit the San Diego sand. Ocean breeze trying to wash the worries from the land. Gasland flickers, Coronado shines so white and clean. But the same old battles play out on the local scene. Military light mixed with the surface, easy sway. Border whispers echo at the end of the day. Different rhythm, different vibe, but the questions sound the same. Who's got the power, who's carrying the blame? While the sun sets perfect over Point Loma's view. Another headline flashes something, wicked, something new. Different ocean, same old time. So let's talk about it, straight up, no disguise. From the Golden Gate glow to the New York sunrise. Let's talk about it, cut through the static, and the spin from the palm tree breeze to where the skyscrapers begin. Coast to coast, this friction gotta see.